Alright.
Got
I'm
him.
only 2 minutes late.
I'm just wrapping up a small teams game.
Alright.
Gotta finish killing some people. I'll be with you guys shortly.
Alright. How have you been going?
I've been going pretty good.
Cool. Othello?
Oh, pretty good. Just did a couple of 1v1s last week.
Yeah.
We can a couple of different people, including Chevrolet, who kind of destroyed me, but it was still a good learning experience.
Cool.
Turns out he's a good player.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. I spent some time trying to figure out how to be useful on Pond and came up with a couple things that kind of really worked well. So that was cool. Oh, just let me post in the chat.
I love when I reach the point of the game where I just put fiends on repeat and just stream them into the enemy base because they have nothing they can do about it.
Oh, that's so fun. Fiends are really satisfying too. But
It's my favorite part of the game.
Yeah. I used to love doing that with pawns in particular. I'd pawn spam whenever I could. I was known for it at one
I
point.
just reached the point where the game is over and they haven't realized it's over. So my solution to that is to give them some gentle encouragement to give up in the form of walking fiends into their base.
My favorite thing to do with fiends is if you just build like a bunch of Twitchers, reclaim your T2 lab, and then make some T1 labs, spam grunts, and then the Twitchers can also build fiends, so you can just have a bunch of grunts and fiends together. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Jamerz.
Hey, Jamerz.
Got him.
Good to see
you. Thank you for the ping. I was distracted.
All good, all good. Alright. So Othello, would you like a game on Duel?
Sure.
Cool. Let's see how it goes.
Please choose your starting location.
Alright, I'm done with my game.
Nice. Last time I played this, map 1v1 ticks are still viable.
Ticks are always viable if you try hard enough.
Battle started.
Battle started.
You know what I've never seen, I'm curious about? Someone transporting a tick.
Well, I mean, I transport pawns all the time.
Right, but does anyone ever transport a tick? Like, can you do it?
I can see, you can do it. I can see the value of that. I'm a big fan of the drop a pawn behind enemy lines.
Yeah, but a tick though.
The thing is, the main value of the tick is it can get to the behind enemy lines faster. But if you're already dropping it back there, pawn's generally just better.
Right. That's not the debate, though. Has anyone ever tried picking up a tick?
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you.
I'm gonna try it.
It's such a silly thing, but it honestly just would blow my mind if I saw someone do that. I'm like, that's crazy.
I mean, there was that one time I watched someone pick up an enemy nettle with a heavy transport.
Oh, that's clever. I
Low
like
power.
It was beautiful. Also, it was my nettle. I'm still mad.
that.
Wait, they picked up a nettle with a transport?
Yeah, heavy transport can tank a nettle long enough to pick it up. as it turns out.
Why?
You know what? That actually happened.
You
happened to me
remember
once.
from a while back, our dear friend of the let's see, what game was what was his name again? You remember the guy who I hid in the corner for like 50 minutes? It was him. Platt. Yeah, Platt.
Oh. Yeah, I
Dude,
can't remember
like
who
that.
I was fighting. I think it might have been Domino. We were on Silent Sea or whatever. And he was trying to fly a con in, but I had a hovercraft out there, and he set the con down, picked up my con, and reclaimed it.
It's
Oh
my
no,
opinion,
he
if you're playing
reclaimed
air and you
the
don't,
AA, and then the
if
con.
it's my opinion, if you're playing air and you don't spend half your economy on light transports, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Well, then I've always been doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Same.
You're screwing up.
What I do is I
tell
go
you-
pond on Supreme and then I spam whatchamacallit. Huh? Oh, almost got it past. You were so close.
Watching grunt fights is so fun.
I just think it's interesting that they both went bots.
Yeah,
But the
I
middle
love
start on this
Supreme.
is like kind of slow, right? Like
I'll be
not-
honest, on this map, I would have blitz rush.
it just doesn't. I'm still stalling metal with bot. Like obviously that will
I mean, that
be
is
improved in a bit, but
Yeah, there's
Feels-
a lot of space between the mexes. It takes a while to log. That's why I don't expand with command.
Need
rush.
power.
Because the advantage of the commanders, it builds faster, but if the map is so large and mechs are so far apart, you spend most of your time walking, not building, then why expand with command?
You're wasting energy.
Why expand with the commander? Because commanders are awesome mid.
I got that, but this map is also open enough that you can just go around the commander.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say a lot of the times you have to when you assume that your opponent will be, because it expands pretty fast and that economic advantage can make a difference, especially if they claim more than their half, they push their commander, then you'll wish you had used your commander.
Yeah, but thing is, on this map, there isn't economic advantage from expanding fast because the mechs are so far apart that
That's all the more reason why you'd want to.
the commander's it's slow, so it doesn't actually. It's the difference between constructor mech's time and commander mech's time is less on this map than others.
I would
Because-
say it's still pretty significant to have the commander
Sure,
versus a
it just
clone.
makes the advantage notably different. Interesting. Othello, I guess you're just not gonna micro those guys.
but I wanted to keep them so that the commander can shoot them.
Fair.
One of the big reasons I like having my commander forward is so I can put a factory mid. That's like the big reason that I put a commander forward.
Yes. Bell, I too trickled my incisors into a way too many grunts.
Low power.
I know some people use like that formation command for like control, but that is not something that I've really ever found useful.
You
You have a lot of grunts there, I fed you a lot.
Good reclaiming from Othello. Love to see it. Honestly, I think this game is very much open for debate.
Unit lost.
Bell, it turns out it doesn't matter how many units you make if you just give them all to Othello and then he gets to revive them.
Yeah. That would be, as a matter of fact, why I haven't been giving them all to Othello. Just most of them.
Yeah, well. That's very sad. Very, very sad.
Fortunately, there's a big difference between most of them and all of them.
You're wasting energy.
I guess this just comes down to, can Othello micro his grunts well enough? You can manually dodge brutes pretty easily with grunts. But can Othello do it?
I think that's not as much a problem. I think my problem is my macro.
We'll see.
Okay, this pounders are going to be a problem for you. Yeah, this pound is very much going to be a problem for you. No. No. Rest in peace, those res bots. They will be missed.
Do I have another pounder somewhere? Maybe. It might have died.
He's killed a couple of them. Othello, your
Unit
is
lost.
completely bored at this point. Like, I'm not sure what you're doing.
I keep losing these grunt battles, it's so bad.
Yeah. It's very much
You're low on
Othello's
power.
good grunt micro, but you just have the macro advantage in it.
Yeah.
It's very telling.
But to be honest, having the macro advantage is part of why I'm dropping the ball and...
Yeah. I mean, there's different priorities, and yours is just playing out better. Like, Othello is floating a ton of metal right now.
I mean, he's not the only one.
Sure.
Except that it's better if you're floating with half the map than me floating with.
Yeah, the problem is at this point, the reason you're Bell, the reason you're floating metal is because you own 95% of the map and don't know what to do with it quite yet. And the reason Othello's floating metal is because even though he owned the map, he didn't, until very recently, did not have the construction power to do anything with it.
Yeah.
would just like to remind you at some point you're going to have to bring out the thugs if you're fighting tank.
I mean, and that point
Yeah.
was a couple minutes ago. Pounder's just shredding him.
Well, you should have had them already, right? No.
It was at some point was it was a couple minutes ago. It's pretty much. Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's the other thing you could do.
Because, like, you can't beat the tank ball with tanks if you are already behind the army.
Yeah.
Unless you're just, like, sitting on a ton of metal and you can spend it. But,
I mean,
you know, you're fighting fire
Arm
with
and
fire and
there's
you're
an
starting on
argument to
the
be made that
hand.
Jamerz would solve all your problems, but
I'm just losing it at the fact that you're just capturing my stuff. That's hilarious.
I think it's hilarious. I love doing that. I comwalked into someone's base and then captured their lab and started making grunts with it yesterday.
Poking
was
and going
amazing.
said you there.
Right. Othello, I believe in you. You can clutch this.
No.
No.
Good game. Yeah, I think I was too much of a grunts
Battle.
because it was working, but then you switched, and I should have switched when you switched.
I usually win fights with thugs first tank balls because you have like the numbers advantage, and as
Yeah.
the bot player you have the rezzers and stuff. Usually, like tanks win if they have room to kite and maneuver, and generally they're looking to run past your defenses.
Yeah, I should have switched earlier. You're right. I think probably the reason I didn't go initially was just because of the slowness. But yeah, it was that didn't. I should have just done it because you were kind of doing like a very concentrated attack, so I didn't really adapt. to
Battle
what you were doing.
started.
Honestly, being me, what I would have done in your situation, Othello, would have been all in bomber air transition.
I was considering going air, but
Because
didn't
like,
really.
there's nothing else you could have done in that. You were just toast.
Air cannot.
But there just
Unless
wasn't.
you take out the commander, you're just throwing the game.
Yeah, there wasn't room to do it. If that makes sense.
Even if you
I
take
think there
out the
was.
economy, the army is still standing.
I mean, I think
I mean,
if I remember
you
correctly,
you take out the economy and then you revive and you res bot a lot of stuff and you still win that.
Happiness, I see you lurking here. Here's my wind generators, etc. I wasn't watching energy enough, and so I built my factory too early. But other than that, I really appreciated it. It worked pretty well. Even if I'm behind in energy production right now, I'm happy with it.
Hey, Bill, can I ask why you didn't use Incisor more rather than going? You like went to medium tank pretty fast.
That's a bit of a groupieism. Like, groupie would used to go the medium tanks because they could deal with laser towers, and so it turns into a thing of you keep your bot factory alive, and that continues pumping grunts, which can do a lot of the raiding, and then you have the vehicle factory which can go and pump your slower brutes to wherever they need to be. Part of the idea of that is it balances build power across the map. You don't have to spend time moving all your build power. You don't have to spend time on a factory switch back here. So it can be useful for those things. Plus, I vastly prefer Grunt Micro over Incisor Micro. Vehicle Micro is probably something I have to learn, but as you could probably see through a lot of my... a lot of what I was doing with my brutes, I was not kiting the grunts as well as I could have been, and that gets worse with Incisors, not better. So,
I did notice that you were moving them like bots, like at
Yes.
angles rather than driving them.
yeah, that is a bad habit, because I was one of the last players when we moved over to like the new vehicle pathing where vehicles were actually viable. I was one of the last players to actually start building vehicles because I squeezed the last little bit of efficiency out of bots. And so that kind of left me in a situation where I never really learned the vehicle micro, and so even nowadays I'm struggling with it because I just never learned it, and so I kept playing bots because I never learned it.
I see. Well, my point about the tanks was that since you were fighting core grunts, they like incisors just do so well. It's hard not to prefer it.
To be honest, I did think about that. I do also have a question. Did this constructor come out here, build its radar, go back, and then come out again?
It shouldn't have. If it did, that was a miss micro. Because I didn't queue it that way.
Okay. Okay. Because I reckon you'd have had this... I'll launch that again. I think...
I think what happened is that I might have queued it right after it went out of the lab instead of before it went out. So when I did the I did a space plus build on the radar, and I think because it might have re-queued the, you know how like the it has queued some move commands, like 2 or 3 move commands when it gets out of the lab.
Yeah.
So that might have flubbed that.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Started.
I did really like your open master battle. It was really efficient.
So what's the queue on that guy?
Yeah, so he walks back to about there and then back to there.
Fascinating. Yeah, I guess I should watch out for that then.
So you'd have got like your initial max about the same time as I would have. What's 8 wind?
Yeah. Huh.
And ish wind. So you're only
Maybe
like
I should
a
turn off the
single
auto
wind
guard
generator,
on my
right?
factory. Yeah.
Turn off which?
That's goofy. The auto guard.
That wasn't even auto guard. That was just the default factory like waypoint that gets put in regardless.
Oh yeah, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like the radar here. Having a radar is awesome.
I have to say, I've never seen somebody build that many wins off the start like that.
Like this 12 wins. Yeah, I think it's like a little bit overkill, but I mean, he has 12 wins plus a solar, and that's led him to an energy stall, actually.
Yeah, for the most efficient power off the start, depending on the map, you're going to want 1 solar, 3 wind, or if it's a map that has shit wind, 2 solar.
So in this case, what the opening for me is I wanted to get enough wind up so that after my lab was done, so that I could boost the lab without de-stalling. And right now the wind, I was building extra. I built a little extra wind because the wind was lower earlier.
Yeah.
But I intentionally did not add to this until I needed to expand the wind economy a little more.
I mean, well, there's a couple things you could note, like if you've got your this constructor out earlier, this max finishes earlier, you don't stall as long, he can get walking earlier, etc. So it's like, if you're gonna be in this sort of a situation with your commander on the factory this early, it's a good idea to switch him to low priority, so that these expanding constructors get the higher priority to finish the maxes, so that you don't drain and stall your economy. And because that's going to end up being a big thing between the walk and the fact that this constructor's stalling now. That's going to be...
I think I saw it and put those constructors on high priority, but...
Yeah, they are on high priority.
It took me a second to notice.
I guess they're on low priority, but your commander's also on high priority. So by default, what I actually do... I think I've got the... my commander tends to be on high priority, sure, but my constructors are on high priority as well by default, just because I primarily use them for expanding. Then I'll manually switch them to low priority when I need to allocate the resources elsewhere. Contarts are of course low priority, and generally when I set my commander in my factory, I set him to low priority, but I haven't stored yet, so don't worry about that. But like,
Okay,
I think
yeah,
you'd be matching my expansion with an extra radar if you'd have
if that guy was
if-
faster, he didn't walk
yes.
back, and then also I wasn't stalling from my.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing. It's like this constructor is going to finish pretty quickly. These constructors are going to finish soon. What I'd tend to do is actually at this point, if I stall, I'll just start walking the commander. And I might walk the commander out and then walk this constructor back, because then you've got 2 constructors on the base, and that's pretty healthy actually. Because especially with the number of mexes, and you will have to add more build power sooner. But you ultimately end up stalling, because like even now, like you're trying to use more metal production than you have because you just don't have the mexes up. So just get the commander walking and bring the constructors back. And that's similar to what I do, which is possibly not so much a good thing, but I noticed that I've got a bunch of extra grunts on you. I don't necessarily expect to be able to do anything with them, because you're going to have a bunch more grunts at base by the time I get over there. So what I do is like, okay, I don't need to build grunts for a bit. I'll just build a few cons, and I'll get my commander walking out, and I'll aim to build like a factory or defenses in the middle of it there. It's not necessarily the best way to work it, but like I'm using most of my resources, so I'm not stacking up a bunch of metal. As soon as this con comes out, I'm going to be using all my production again. I am idling. I do finish an extra mech, so it's like, and then my commander can build a little bit of the extra resources there. And I'm covered, because you see, I've got enough grunts. I won't need to build more grunts for a little bit. Now, I spend too long building wind generators and don't get back to grunts. But that's sort of the idea there.
So before you had played the game again,
yeah,
I just wanted to make a point of like where he was at, like economy wise, and his commander. As you said, he wasn't able to spend, or he was trying to spend more metal than he had income, but he had an excess of energy. Those are the times when I would concede and just make a converter, because you can't use the energy and it all just goes to waste anyway. That, and you know, walking the commander, as you said, but I would just drop the converter. I mean, the amount of energy people access and the extra metal you could have is it's actually quite large, especially when you catch it early. Like there's always the trap of you have just enough energy to get by, and you might misread that as needing a converter, and then you'll end up stalling out trying to make the converter. But where he was at, he could have made it, and you know, he wouldn't have been wasting build power potential of his commander, etc. Yeah, those are the moments when I would say make an early converter, just to maximize your economy. Some people would argue with that and be like, "Wow, you might as well just walk and let it overflow." But I prefer to try and be greedy with it, I guess.
Yeah, I would definitely walk rather than building the converter, personally. But converter is better than just sitting there idling, definitely.
Yeah, I guess you can prioritize positioning over it.
I just think the most of the game
in the opening, you find yourself with more energy than you need because you built more wins when win was low, right? Throw down a converter, then you're at least making use of it. Like, yeah, it's slower. The converter, I guess, is potentially a target, so like don't put it next to your pins and stuff, but the value is actually pretty good, and it doesn't take long to build. Like people, I think they get a little
building it.
You worked
really
up
fast.
about the, like, what, 8 seconds it takes to build? 7?
Yeah. I mean, if we look at this, you were... I mean, we
I
can
can't
also-
read that. What is that plot?
Sorry, the text is a bit small. I do need to change that. There is a bug there. Anyway. Yeah, that's really bugged. I don't know why. But,
What's this second? So first one is total energy excess, and then metal in. I can't make out.
so metal and storage, build power stalled.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, if you look at this, you've got a metal stall where you've got like 12.4k build power stalled. That is like plenty enough to have built a converter or 5 of them. You've also got 7.7k energy excess, which is about 110 metal if that's all converted. So that is rather significant at this stage in the game.
Okay.
And you definitely have the spare build power to build that. And because you were accessing stalling metal the entire time, so that would have been useful.
Yeah, I mean, it does still feel bad to take a converter when I haven't even taken all of the maxes in my control area, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the point.
Yeah.
Those early converters are how I go games, only accessing like 300 energy or something. Like, I've gotten it down pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my energy excess is non-zero, partly because I'm sort of overbuilding here, not entirely.
If you slap down one converter, you probably wouldn't be accessing at all.
And like that excess probably would go up, but I don't really mind too much. Maybe what I should have done instead is anticipate that I'm going to be going vehicles and I'm not going to need that energy and just not do that for a while. But
Are vehicles less energy costly than bots per metal?
Yeah. Significantly so.
Did not know that.
It's like you need twice as much energy production as grunts to use your more than twice as much energy production as grunts to use your metal than you do as vehicles. Or like your brutes, that's actually brute will cost you more energy than a thug per metal. Same with the pounder, but if you go over to armada, your stout will cost you less energy. So every unit differs, and it can be worth looking into it and working it out. But then those numbers only help you so much if you're going to have a constant economy over an extended period of time. If you're going to have a growing economy, it does help to kind of have a concept of those numbers, just to know like what approximate ratios. But it's like the earlier you build something, the less you're going to, like the more it produces, and so you actually need slightly less of it. And so a lot of ordering and when you build things in order to use things in a most balanced way can actually more effectively make use of your resources than like having a strict ratio that you stick to. One of the things I just got distracted by is you see how there are laser towers coming out at this point. It's not an accident that this is when I'm building my factory. Just as a feel thing, I know that this is generally the point in the game where towers start coming out. I don't know if... Actually, I did see that on a construction too. But I had a general idea that I wanted to be getting this factory up about this time. And so that's what I did. Also, the other thing is just, I know, like, I'm deliberately know that I'm on the back foot. I think this is something I've talked about before. I know I'm on the back foot, so rather than continuing to expand, I just stop here and build a laser tower, and then group my army over, like, the other side. This one also stops expanding and just comes over here. If these ones had come straight down, like, because... those are on rate plus, so you're not actually gaining anything by going around like that. And so this constructor just comes in, and because your army's split by my commander, I know I'm pretty safe to keep my army in the middle, and then I can, unless you very much coordinated attack at the same time, I can defend both sides pretty easily. And so that's more or less what happens. Like, I decide, like, where are you going? I keep my army in the middle, and then when I know, I bring it over and just keep everything protected. And so,
yeah,
if you
I think you did a
Hmm?
good job
Yeah.
splitting your guys there, because I was hoping that you might overcommit with my grunts in the middle and then I could sneak around, but well,
Yeah. Well, I had a
you're
laser
too good a
tower
player for
there,
that.
see?
Yeah, that too.
And then I've got my commander here, so that defends this area. And then I've got a laser tower over there too. So if you come in here and I just meet you there, and so I just need to hover in this area, and there's nothing, you can't really get through because of these craters. There's not really a lot of space. Yeah. You've only got like this area over there and this area over there to play with in that sort of a setup, which is plenty enough for my grunts in the middle to take care of.
Yeah, if I had known, I might have tried to sneak through the middle, but my instinct was to sneak through the back, but you had a laser tower there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you had come through here and here at the same time, I would have had a little bit of difficulty knowing how to deal with you. Maybe you like, but then also like I have this to defend, and then not really much. Like there's a laser tower here, my factory's down here. There's a laser tower here. You could possibly pick off those two, and that's about it. So you either get those two or you get that in the middle, and then you lose a bunch of army. So it's a pretty effective trade-off for me.
So what, in my position then, because it seems like, so I see, and I noticed that you had like the laser towers, and then I was a little bit unsure of, because I couldn't really push that. I couldn't really push your factory.
Right.
So it's hard for me to figure out what I should have done. Like, I guess like trying to expand more, but that takes time and
yeah,
it's so slow.
Well, so that's a sort of idea. There's not a lot you can do from this situation, which is why I do it. So what I'd probably say is something like, first option, you switch out of grunts. Especially when you've seen this vehicle factory, you know you're going to need something other than grunts, because I'm going to have brutes coming out. Second thing that often I see players do is when they see this forward commander like this, they'll drop a construction turret and walk their commander forward.
Okay.
Especially when you've got a situation where you've got laser towers off to the side. So that kind of allows you to try to meet my dominance in mid and kind of shut down my factory. Because if you don't have a commander in mid to shut down the factory, then my factory can kind of do whatever. And just send units wherever, because there's nothing that can threaten my commander, other than really another commander.
What... I think my economy would not have supported it, but what about an air transition? Because right now, at least I know it's going to be a little bit of time before the vehicles come out, and I don't have the energy for it, especially since I'm rezzing at the same time. But like, let's say in a slightly different game situation.
Well, something you could do. I think you have enough energy in this situation. You could go shurikens. You'd need to keep adding energy in order to keep up with it, and you'd stall for a little bit. But shurikens are pretty effective, so you could keep adding shurikens. Or you could go for shurikens, especially if you just sit here and reclaim for a bit. One of the problems with resurrecting is like, especially these wrecks here. If you try to resurrect these, it's just not going to work for you. So what I'll tend to do is I'll reclaim the wrecks out here, and then I'll get one to come up here, reclaim these, and then come back and resurrect, or something like that.
Okay.
But resurrecting this and the speed at which you transition to the resurrection there was pretty good. The other thing to keep in mind, I think I keep feeding you in this game, so it's not so much an issue. But often when you're resurrecting, if you build too many res spots, they eventually run out of work to do. So keep that in mind as well.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
So yeah. You can pretty effectively, if you don't lose any of these grunts that you lost a couple over here, you lose 3 there, you lose another 3 or so up there. Like, that's 8 grunts at the very least that you've just lost in these skirmishes there, just by trying to dive in. If you'd have seen that I had units there to defend and just pulled out, like, don't try to fight a factory, you're not going to kill it, there's a commander there, can repair faster than you can shoot it. And there are units there that are coming out of the factory, so you're gonna die. Don't even try. If you had those extra 8 grunts, for example, that sort of gives you a situation where between your res spots and the grunts on the field, plus these ones which should have been with a waypoint queued up to the front already.
Yeah. Notice that later.
Yeah. I've also got a lot of grunts sitting over here, which was bad for me. Once I stopped building constructors and I'm going for like a bunch of grunts like this, I should have put my waypoint on the front. But yeah, if you have enough grunts that you don't need to urgently build any more army right now. I've got defenses, so you're not gonna urgently have an opportunity to attack me and kill me. So it's a great opportunity for you to make a transition for yourself into vehicles, into aircraft, and just play it safe for a little bit. I'd also strongly suggest not to walk this constructor mid, but instead walk him over there. Simply because there's some more metal over there and it's more defensible, sort of. Especially with the factory there, this is going to be a really easy target for me. This is good micro here. What I would say though is with these 2 incisors, don't run past to take these until you've killed those 2 incisors. That just gives you a little bit more time before you have to fight the oncoming units. It gives you a little bit more efficiency. And this is also a situation where I would split your army. I'd send like 4 grunts over here to deal with these ones because they're on their own easy pickings. And then you swarm around this and try to kill it one thing at a time. Yeah. Because you lost 2 grunts over there because they were scattered. You really don't want to do that.
Okay.
Getting this constructor here and actually building laser turrets isn't a bad idea. But it's not too bad idea when you've got army, but I'd probably build something that maybe goes up slightly faster for slightly more damage, like your twin guard. It does cost more than 2 guards, but it builds slightly faster, like at least a second faster. It's got a lot more health and a lot more range, and it doesn't take as much energy to fire per equivalent shot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, it takes
realize
32
that.
energy
I
per
never
shot
looked at it.
rather than 42.
Huh. Okay. Well,
And
today I
it's
learned.
got more than twice the damage per second and more than twice the health. It does have a little bit more than twice the cost though. but definitely enough to make up for it. So that kind of thing, and then if you really focus on defending it, that makes it extremely difficult to push through here. And then if you position it right, that does a lot more. Like, you can kind of position a laser tower to shut off both sides, but there's not really a lot of space and you can only really do one. You pop a twin guard down, it can be further back and still kind of control the same sort of area, and definitely close off between these two craters, like, completely. And so you're in a much better secure position. Another good opportunity, if you're like low on energy, is the Dragon's Maw. That builds even faster than your twin guard. Like, for a constructor like that, you're looking at 5 or 6 seconds faster, which is pretty significant. And it has, at close range, same damage per second, but at far range, higher damage per second. Does cost more, but it's also got like equivalent health and less range. So yeah.
And spaced out walls versus medium tanks is just in general a good idea.
Yeah,
What
to
I
stop
would've
them
done
from
as
driving.
an absolute expert, trust me, would have been made spaced out walls with the Dragon's Maw there, pivoted air, made shurikens, made 1 or 2 bombers, gone for eco, gone for shurikens versus medium tanks. Probably still lost, but
I feel the bombers are really E heavy.
yeah, but you only need like 1 to kill with every single windmill he owns. He's got nothing. 1, but I do 1 to 2 bombers and then into shurikens and just repeat shurikens.
The other thing,
maybe a scout.
The other thing you've got an opportunity for in like positions like this constructor, for example, doesn't have a lot to do, so he kind of builds that radar and then just stops doing anything. What I tend to queue up is a bunch of laser towers over here. That means you just don't have to worry about this part of the map anymore, and if you secure the middle as well, that gives you a very good command over this part of the map. Because you can push me in, raid over here, come back and close that off, that sort of a thing. The other thing you can think of is with this factory here, it doesn't take too much to close me off from this part of the map so that I can't get up there. If this constructor, for example, if he comes around and starts building some sort of defenses in a line over here, you only have to do that sort of much before I'm having to go around. Especially because you've got the crater there. So if you just come out to here and you build it out to there, then I have to go all the way around. And that really starts limiting the effectiveness of that factory there. Because my factory is so close and I've got more of an opportunity to build artillery or something, but you've got res bots you can repair and you can like keep me busy in other areas of the map.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just thought I was very clever with that queue, but I'm not sure. I don't think I saw that laser tower there. The one that I run right into.
I just dropped in to say hi to Master.
Yeah, hi.
I replied to your thing in the engine chat.
Cool. I'll check it out in an hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I was just gonna ask, did you have more to say?
Oh, I was gonna ask you is like once you read it, I'm thinking of doing integrating it with some of the AI so that you could do more of the talking and teaching with a bar AI and be like, okay, here's how the AI sees things, and then compare that to your play, because one of the fundamental gaps when we develop the AIs is it's about into a log file, but that doesn't explain why or how.
That could actually be a really useful teaching resource. I'd love to chat about that. Probably later, though.
Yeah. Sorry,
Cool.
I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah. It's good to say hi, though. Cool. Yeah, so this path, I don't know where these grunts come from, how long they've been walking already, but, like, especially with that sort of, like, the zigzag sort of path.
Yeah, it wasn't the straightest path, but,
like, you're talking about, like, over a minute to get out there, which is a huge amount of time. In terms of how many extra resources that I gain in a minute, that's like 1200 metal, kind of a thing. And so you can think about it, if those grunts are out of commission for a minute, I've got an extra minute to prepare. 1200 metal is something like 30 extra grunts that I have by the time they reach me. And so I guess maybe if all your other grunts are reaching me at the same time, that's not so much, but for an entire minute, you're fighting an extra like 7 grunts down. It's not huge, but your army is 18 grunts and 2 incisors. That's a pretty significant part of your army. Especially considering I'm 15 grunts and 3 stout. That's actually the difference between you having an overpowering army and an underpowered army. So that kind of journey is just way too long for the kind of situation you're in. You can't afford to be down that army for that long. And besides, it's on radar anyway. I know it's going up there. And I cure a pounder over there. I don't give it the best waypoint, but yeah, I cure a pounder over there, and I know that I'm vulnerable and it gets closed off anyway. And so when you do that and take your army away, I take that opportunity to go and attack over here. Because it's a lot less dangerous. I am down a few grunts because you've been adding on more. But it's a good opportunity for me to attack and just start attacking across the area. If, say, these 7 grunts were over here, at this laser tower, or even some of this army, to be honest, you could have probably fended this off. But rather than being over here and engaging where they're actually useful, they come over here. And the other side of that is that they're trickling in one by one. That was plenty enough grunts to kill a laser tower and then wreak a little bit of havoc over there.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Is the juice worth a squeeze? In the sense that I know you were talking about like how fast you can produce units, and going around gives the other player more time to produce units. Fundamentally, though, is when you go the long way around, you're also bringing units away from the front line who could stop you from running up the middle.
Yeah.
How do you effectively split the army? Like, how do you know, okay, I want to have enough running around the side and still block the middle?
Okay, there's a couple of things. If this army was here versus up here, it takes less time to get there. He's more able to move over and engage with things like this, and I still have to put a pounder over here anyway. So the idea there is that, especially, I'm pretty sure he also knew that I had defenses over here. Not entirely sure about that, but I'm pretty sure he's come into contact with them before. He might have forgotten or something. He did say that he didn't know, but there is that kind of thing as well. So, and there's one final thing, like, even if they come over, then I can also redirect units from the factory. It doesn't take too long. So, I guess the idea is that, okay, sure, putting units over here takes stuff away from me because I have to defend as well. But because I've got laser towers, it takes less away from me than it does from him. Like, his 7 grunts was worth more than this 1 pounder, for example. Plus, this pounder is in a much better position.
In terms of trading resources?
In terms of trading resources, yes. He spent a lot more on that run by than I did defending it.
Okay.
Also, you still had the pounder afterward.
Yeah, I still had the pounder afterward, because even if he like saw my pounder and just backs out, that's another minute he's lost. That's 2 minutes full. Versus this pounder, like, okay, it's a pounder, it's slow. It does take some time for it to get to the battle, but that's only 42 seconds rather than another full minute. So it's actually closer, plus it's more useful the entire way over here, because then it starts protecting this area. It essentially acts as an escort for this constructor to come out here. And that's sort of what it does after the pounder's done over here. It does actually just come out here. Versus the grunts, which come and they're trapped on this narrow path all the way, where they can't really do anything. And then when they get here anyway, this pounder's stopping them, so they have to go even further over here in order to actually get to somewhere where they're useful. Even worse for them, because I've got my commander here. This is actually pretty impenetrable, so by sending any units over here into this area of the map, he's actually completely making them useless. He has much more power over this side of the map, where I just got a light army, an isolated constructor with a couple things. It's really far away from here. It's more further away from there. This is my weak spot of the map, and where he has the most power to actually go and kill me. And so, if he did that, he can send his factory over there, or get those grunts to stay over there and defend this. And then he pushes the might of his army down here. He actually probably kills that, kills a bunch more of my army, and then he has room to play with. Make sense?
Yeah. Thank you for explaining it.
Yeah, awesome. And I hope Othello got something out of that too.
Yes.
Um,
So, yeah, my problem here was I was too focused on the front, so I didn't build my build turret early enough.
You've also got plenty of room to drop a vehicle factory and start pumping vehicles. In fact, if you kind of planned for that, I mean, you've got resbots, so you do need the extra energy. They are using, I mean, they're repairing right now, but when they start resurrecting, don't do this. Keep this over here. If you've got like this sort of thing happening over here, rather than running and spending 20 seconds over there, spend 20 seconds resurrecting this, grab this army again over here, because remember, this is right near the factory. You know the factory's here.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you win this battle here, you're not going to be able to do much with it, because as what happened, I believe, in the long run, I just had my factory here, I had these pounders here, and so I just took over this factory, this area, and you didn't really get to resurrect it. Keep these resurrectors here where they're actively useful every moment. Bring the army down over here where it unlocks the res bots. Like, the res bots would have been fun. They have a laser tower and they're resurrecting stuff, I think. That also, having your army over here and protecting this area of the map unlocks your constructor to start pushing down. This constructor out here is in a great situation to drop, I don't know, laser towers or heavier.
Yeah.
Close off this area of the map. Suddenly, I can't go through here, and so this factory is really only useful over this side. I can sort of contend over here, but it's really difficult. I'm probably going to lose this and end up shut off to here, and then we'll split the map this way.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's honestly one of my biggest weaknesses, especially in 1v1s, is like the positioning.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I need to learn to work on more.
Alright. Yeah, because you can see you push towards the factory and there's nowhere to go there.
Yeah.
Okay, I do let you resurrect that, it seems. But I could have stopped you from resurrecting that. And to be honest, I probably should have. Okay, I partially stop you from resurrecting and you get like a stat, and then you have to run back over here.
Yeah.
Much better if you just stayed over there.
Yeah, I think I was too worried about losing my res bots, which I think I lose most of them anyway.
Yeah. This constructor, rather than building the mechs there, just continue building laser towers. And of course, if you had your army over here, plus the laser towers, you had more leeway to defend. I mean, there's a pounder there, so you're really limited. Other thing, this is kind of something that's really tough when you're in a situation where you've got low build power. You're trying to ramp up so you have more unit production. And so you've dropped a metal storage, you've dropped 5 construction bots, let's say. Number 1, construction bots walking around here. That is a full 10-second walk or something like that for constructors to go around there. 9-second or maybe. So you've lost between them 45 seconds of constructor build power in just walking around. I mean, you generally have to walk out just there, so let's take it down to just that leg. That's about 7 seconds that you've lost per constructor, so we could say 35 seconds, which is pretty significant. Okay. Let's get this to work. How much does that
So
say?
do
That's
you
about
micro
3,000. No, I put the factory on guard itself rather than using factory guard to make them walk around. It's just too much time lost.
Wait, so if you put the rally point on the factory on itself, they will start guarding it much faster?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have factory guard on. If you have factory guard on, they'll still do this walk of doom.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. And so, if just those 7 seconds, that's about 3,000 build power that you've lost just in the walking. If we look at the cost of a grunt, that's 1,250, so that would be, for 3 grunts, that would be 3,750. So you've lost almost 3 grunts worth of build power walking around. It's actually worse than that, because you would have also completed each of the constructors faster if you had got them assisting the factory earlier, which would have given you even more build power, which means you more than those 3 grunts. But also, if we want a better way to use the resources, if we build that per constructor, you've got about 3,550 build time, 2 constructors, and you've well overbuilt a vehicle factory. And if we compare like the build power cost, you could have a brute for each of the constructors. So you could have a vehicle constructor and 3 brutes for the price you spent on those. That also is a very that's also not counting the fact that you'd probably have, like, your commander can spend time doing that, and then your factory can keep building grunts or whatever. Also note that a vehicle plant and 3 brutes, that's something like 800 1,300 metal, whereas for here with the constructors you've just spent 600. So that's another 700 metal down that you've used more effectively, and that would very quickly catch up. You'd use a bunch more metal, because you build, what, 2-3 grunts to a brute? That's 80 metal versus 200 and something metal. You would chew through that metal so fast just having your commander pumping brutes on the factory. And then you've got grunts or whatever you want to build from that factory as well. 3 brutes, you've got like 4 brutes there. So yeah. And so, yeah, because if we look at the commander, my commander sitting here in this factory, he's using 21 metal per second, just pumping the factory. You've got 22 metal a second. That's just the commander, that's not counting the fact that the factory is also using 11 metal a second. So that would be plenty of build power, you wouldn't have had to build any of those. And that would also give you 600 extra metal for army, minus the cost of a factory, I guess, so let's make that only slightly more. But you've also got that, you've also got idle construct there. Yeah. And then you'd have something to, for example, kill these pounders. Good work there in surrounding that. Running into the middle of those grunts is less good because they were kind of overwhelming you.
Yeah, I was trying to get them because they were in like the conga line kind of thing going up. So I was trying to get this around on those, but...
The problem is, I had a conga line there and you ran into the middle of it. If you stay at the end of it, like that, much better. But then you have to start running backwards as I continue to run forwards. Yeah. The other thing is that you walked up really close to my brutes, so that you were right around it. That does two things. One, it stops some of your grunts from firing. Could have killed a couple extra brutes for that. Number two, makes the brutes much more likely to hit something and less likely to hit one of my own brutes. If you give it more space, there's more gaps. More likely. Plus, the bullets take more time to fire, so your grunts spend more time alive, more likely to get an extra shot. They do slightly more damage, except they're slightly further away, so I think maybe they technically do slightly less damage. I don't know. But I tend to find it works out if you spread them out a little bit more.
Okay.
And then this is also a good opportunity for, again, thugs cost very little build power. That's 2,100 for 140 metal versus 1250 for 42. So that would chew through your metal production as well. You don't need this extra construction turret. Now that I'm coming to you and I'm really close to my base, this is an extra perfect time to switch into something like thugs. Because I'm close to you, you don't need the speed.
Yeah.
You just push me back.
Okay.
Also, these laser turrets, just build them close together. They'll work better when they're close together. Not too close. Something like that or something. Yeah. Alright. I feel like this has been a very scattered review that's taken a really long time. Because it was hard to pick out a single simple thing like I've tried to do in previous replays. That to your credit means that you're a much more solid player now. Then it's harder for me to find issues that I can say, like, just do this and we'll go again. You're doing a lot better now.
I've also had a chance to practice a bit more. I also did some 1v1s on the new C patch just to test it out.
Nice.
Also got my ass handed to me, but still getting
that
better
always
at it,
helps.
I guess.
So it goes.
Alright.
Do you want to give some of the Nixha a turn, or like what do you want to do?
Yeah, I was gonna let give Nixha a game against Othello.
Something tells me this will not go well.
You got this, Nixha. You can do it.
Just do what I
To be
did.
fair, I was like 22 OS, and then I played like 8 straight games of C 1v1 against Lange and lost all of them.
Yeah, don't worry. That was me against Menasha the other day, so it's okay.
Quick question. It says I'm in the join queue. Am I able to actually spectate? I haven't done this before.
It should automatically spectate when the game starts.
Okay. Awesome. Ooh, it did it. Thank you.
Nice.
Back to mute.
I actually turned mine off, so I have to manually join games, but that's just because
Same.
I'm in a lot of lobbies.
Mm. Yeah, I pretty regularly just sit in lobbies with it off so I can view chat and stuff.
I hate the spawn
I think I turned it off in response to they call lobby sims, where it just the game keeps ringing because somebody leaves or disconnects or something. And then you're like 5 lobbies and trying to play the same game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't want a whole bunch of those replays.
Yeah. Or I also hate the way that the game like blocks input while it's loading. So I have it off so that if I'm off doing something else that I don't have to stop for like 30 seconds while it loads.
Battle started.
It's kind of nice joining after a minute or two, because like the openings, while you know, they change between games, they're not like super complicated. Like you can see what happened at a glance for a couple minutes, and you don't have to watch him build wins.
Agreed.
I do so much cheese on this map.
How much talking about the other players' setup is allowed here? I just don't want to step on anyone's toes.
If you have a
talk in the spectator chat and we can't see it.
Yeah.
So I'll ask this generically: is like, how do you just decide what your opening move is? Because with 5 wind of right now, starting with wind power sets you at a disadvantage. Whereas if you were to be like, okay, I'm going to build solar and wind, so I get the best of both worlds, but I'm losing metal on the solar plant. Like, how do you know when is the right balance? Especially because starting out, you're so resource limited.
Well, how I like to think of it is, generally speaking, if I've got too much build power to just sit there and build solars. So if my commander sits there and builds wind generators, I have the time to do that. And in fact, I need to take the time to do that rather than sitting there building solars. Like in the previous game against Othello. Othello and metal stalled because he built that solar. It took a bunch of metal away from him. I didn't, because I didn't build that solar, or at least it took me longer to metal stall. And so yeah, I had less energy, but I didn't need as much energy as he put up overall.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah. In terms of deciding what your like opening move and like building units, how many constructors and stuff, a very good base number is, for example, it takes 40 seconds for a tick to cross the map from base to base in a straight line. That's factory to factory. It takes 60 seconds for a pawn and like 65 seconds for a grunt. So if you're pretty confident it's a Cortex versus Cortex game, for example, Cortex bots versus Cortex bots, you can actually put out like a few constructors before you have to start worrying about putting out any defenses against units coming out, which is really useful because then you can kickstart your economy. Even when ticks are coming out, I generally will do 1 constructors and then a couple grunts, because if I do 2 constructors, then I don't have it. Then the 2 constructors finish right about the time that the tick's in my base. Maybe like a couple of seconds after, which isn't great. Maybe I can boost it with my commander and then boost out a grunt. And then that's a little bit better, but it's still a really rough position to be in. So what I tend to do is like, I'll do 1 constructor, 1 grunt, another constructor, and then another 2 grunts.
Okay.
Something like that.
I said earlier today that a pretty standard opening you can do on almost any map is like 1 con, 2 grunts, 1 con, 2 grunts, 1 con, 2 grunts.
Yeah.
That will do just fine on like 90% of the occasions.
I wouldn't say that's true in 1v1s. I think
it's not optimal, It's absolutely not optimal.
I mean, like, cons are investments, and what they do is an investment because they are a drain in the economy and a drain on army value. And when it comes to early game 1v1s, those extra cons can lose you the battle, lose you territory, and eventually the game. Making too many cons is one of those things where the game is decided in 3 minutes, but it takes 10 minutes for it to pan out, right? So if you're doing, a ratio of 2 to 1, I think that's too much. Maybe
I wouldn't say
like
you would continue doing 2 to 1.
So you mean like in the first 2 or 3 minutes? So
the first few units, like I would like personally I like to get to about 3 cons, and then work on. Generally, I would normally go into just full grunts straight after.
You don't need to build that solar Othello.
Oh wait,
see how you're accessing energy now?
Okay.
Even though you were low in energy, you had enough energy to use the metal. So you were eventually going to end up with a bunch of energy and storage anyway. So you don't have to panic every time you see that bar low. Nixha, as I was talking about in the previous game, don't send that army against the commander. Take it somewhere else and go find somewhere else to fight.
I know. Alright, this is pretty crappy micro for me, but
Yeah. Make sure you target the stuff that can shoot first.
Yep.
Is this common for you guys to build, like, this early vehicle factory like that, or are you doing that because I did that last game?
Partly just this map is very much the map that encourages that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't normally go vehicle at all.
How do you know the map encourages that versus not? What makes it encourage something?
Wide and flat, basically. Wide and flat is good for vehicles.
Yeah.
Because bots are better at climbing things?
And vehicles are better at flat.
Oh crap, I just walked into that LT.
I think turn radius and stuff like that applies too, so bots can navigate tighter corridors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the rough idea is that the more you can move, the more valuable the ability to move is. And so the more flat, open, no blockages the map is, the more ability you have to the more open the map is, the better it is to... There's a very easy, obvious thing, a couple things I can talk about there next, so that would have made this turn out a lot better for you. You were very close to a dominant winning position.
For a long time.
Yeah, it's literally only changed in the last 30 seconds, if that.
No, I think...
It's good to set priorities for your resers rather than area res. Like prioritize mexes and cons, other resers and stuff, and then work on army.
I'm the opposite. I prioritize army.
I guess if you need the army right then, but I prefer to get the income rolling again.
Yeah.
Nixha,
if you're spread out like that, just regroup before you continue fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Make sure you regroup. You're going in too far. You'd win this if you had regrouped. Okay, good. Go in again.
Yeah.
Okay, you're outnumbered. Run away.
Yep.
And make sure when you're fighting in that situation, grab your target, grab your units and set target on his splits.
Yep.
Oh, that laser tower is so close. But that was a very good defensive laser tower. You just should have done it much earlier.
Othello was complete. I don't know what Othello was doing. He should have seen it.
You were distracting him too much.
Blitzes are... Don't know a lot of line.
What prevents someone from just walking their commander into the base and just de-gutting everything?
If you lose it, you die. If you lose it, you die.
So yeah, it's a bold strategy, but like.
Oh, I do it all the time. The answer's nothing.
You can die to sufficient units. Like you can kill a commander with 10 grunts if it's unsupported.
So there's a player named Duel that I fight against a lot, and he does that strategy.
Is that choice?
He doesn't make expanding
no, it's not choice.
He makes his initial lab and makes like Whistlers or Janus or something heavy and walks his commander at my base or whoever. I've seen him do it to other people, and he just deguns everything. Right? But it's very, very hard to do, and it's very, very risky. Because it's really not hard to take out a commander.
Who did you say it was, Happiness?
Modulo.
Modulo. Okay.
Just gardens.
Alright.
It just seems like a very risky, but if you can pull it off, it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
It's a cheese, in my opinion.
It's very fun.
If it fails, your commander's right next to their lab. You're behind on econ. It's a cheese. One that I still fall for sometimes. It's a good cheese.
Yeah. I have a very specific thing I want to talk about with that replay.
Yeah, I thought I was winning for I think most of that, and I threw.
Winning is a bold thing to say, but you had a lot of tools at your disposal, and you did not take proper advantage of them. So I'm basically gonna greenlight everything you did up until after the vehicle factories are done, and we're just gonna skip through to that for both of you. So I'll just ignore everything up to there. Probably improvements, but we won't worry about them for now.
Yeah, I think I had slightly better micro than Othello did in that early game.
I mean,
but I kind of threw it away with a pretty crappy attack. That was I should not have done that.
Better micro, this could have all been destroyed, I reckon. Have you seen my secret to pro micro video?
No, I have not.
Alright. Let me I'll drop that in chat later. Maybe. So
secret. Keep them in online.
Okay, so this is when you start to kind of face issues. You've got these grunts here, you see this commander here, and you just set them here. Othello, what I was saying about the solar, see how you've got all this energy and storage, no metal? I think
it was selling like immediately right before that, and which is why I had it queued.
Well, here's how I'd approach that sort of a situation. You have this factory which doesn't cost a lot of energy at all, which you can pretty comfortably build with low energy production. And then down here, you're doing whatever you're building down here. A couple of things you can do to improve the situation. One, build Lazarus rather than Pawn. Cheaper on energy, you're golden. Fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think I out-queued Lazarus.
Yeah. You could possibly do even better by grabbing the con and, I don't know, building a laser tower. You're pretty exposed, you could probably use it, or just going and, I don't know, reclaiming or something like that. What I'd do is probably just let that idle for a little bit, maybe even walk over and build a mech or something, and just give all the energy to the commander to build that factory. Wind generally goes up like this. It's pretty rare for it to stay down low for that long. And even when it does, that's still enough energy to build this factory here. And so you could build the factory, if it's staying low, then, because the other thing you can do is you can just add on a wind generator after you do that. You don't need to build that solar, and in many cases, building that solar is just going to rob you of metal. If you've got like a lot of metal in storage, then it's fine to build the solar, but if you're like metal and storage, your metal was pretty low and you were building a factory. You didn't need to build that solar at all. Anyway, back to the grunts for Nixha. If these grunts were here, if they were here, Othello's dead. But they're here in the one defensible place on the map.
I didn't know his commander could shoot over the lab. I thought his commander couldn't shoot over the lab. I could hide behind the lab and kill it.
I don't necessarily think so.
It can shoot over the lab fine, as it turns out.
Yeah.
It might even be different lab models. This one is lower than the Cortex
Yeah,
one. I'm not 100%
you can't shoot over Cortex Bot Lab, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I thought that Cortex Bot Lab is what I'm used to. So I thought I could hide behind the lab and snipe the lab for free, and then.
Yeah. Problem is, if you do that, you still lose a bunch of grunts. Like there's a very low return for doing that, and if that was all you did, I reckon long term you lose more than you gain by doing that.
Yeah, he eats the lab, remakes it, and just starts making units again.
Yeah. And you take a bunch of damage to your grunts, and you lose an extended period of time, because like even with these grunts, it's gonna take you a while to kill this factory with the commander repairing it.
Yeah. The killing a lab itself is almost never worth it. It's if you can kill a lab and all the build power around it, which in this case is the commander, so you can't.
Yeah.
And that's a different story. But
yeah.
The build power is far more valuable than the lab, and you can't kill that build power.
Yeah. So for the time these are spent dawdling here, they could be potentially, you send a couple around here, you send the most down there because that's closest to you, that's a big opportunity for you to deal damage. You can potentially walk straight into the base with the help of these incisors and kill him dead. You've got a unit advantage, just kill him. So that's the first thing that happens.
I didn't even realize your vehicle lab was there. It's kind of funny that we both did the same thing.
I built a side vehicle lab. I intended to get incisors out of my original plan for the vehicle lab was basically what you wanted me to, what Bell wanted me to do, which I think is what I'm doing now. They're getting sent down that way. Well, main thing is I was worried is that if I sent all my grunts away, he'd have nothing stopping him from just walking into my base.
Right.
The thing to remember about that is if you kill his base first, you win that.
Yeah.
Basically.
So my idea was I'm gonna send these incisors to go kill his base. My grunts make sure he doesn't push me while I do it.
Yeah. The other thing that is he has no standing army here. So that you can, for example, go kill his base, and then he'll have if he walks his commander there while you kill his base, he has no army left over, and then your army beats him back here, and stuff like that. He doesn't really have he could do that, but you don't have to be afraid of that. In fact, it would be great for you if you do that trade. Amazing for you if you do that trade.
There's one other thing as well.
Yeah.
You know he's got no army there. You can just walk your commander into his commander.
That's true.
If his commander has taken any damage, your commander wins the fight.
I'm not a huge fan of that though. Like if you did it early enough, maybe, but you've also got
At this point, I'd say it's too late.
Yeah.
But earlier on,
especially once the laser. Yeah. Especially once the laser towers come up.
Once the laser tower's up, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because he can, in the time it takes your commander to walk over there, and he can see it coming, he's got radar, he can put down multiple laser towers. And that's also a thing, Othello. Especially for this far forward factory, and especially when you lose your army, drop a laser tower before the factory.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's nearly enough grunts that without a laser tower, you could kill that commander.
Yeah.
Risky, but absolutely possible.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't go for it, but you could.
Yeah.
The other thing, if you're worried about defending this stuff over here, laser tower here and this stuff here is pretty close together. So with a few laser towers, you can pretty solidly, easily defend it. And a few laser towers is cheaper than, like, tying up a grunt army to just sit here. Especially in terms of energy cost. And so what I do is that kind of a thing. Remember, you've got your commander lane, you've got your grunt lane or whatever, and then this lane can be your defend lane. There's an enemy commander there, you can't push it, just defend it. Don't put mobile units there, they're a waste. And so that's how I'd approach that. Now, when we have the incisors coming in here, there's a couple moments, and there's another moment that's maybe a better demonstration of it later, but you have the opportunity to, like, bring your grunts over here, or bring them in here, or wherever you put them. He's got his army tied up over here, and so these grunts have nothing to stop them from doing basically whatever they want. So it's definitely worth to coordinate with those grunts and get them fighting at the same time.
I think with
yeah,
my
this is
board- sorry, go ahead.
So this is a thing I kind of talked about a couple of days ago with the guys. He defended. So he did the whole thing where you stick a grunt next to each of your mechs to defend them, or a pawn or whatever, in the early game. And he was doing that, and he had an attack on one side of his base. He had a radar, so he could see that there were no other units on the other side. And he kept most of his units defending a mechs that he knew that there was no threat coming, rather than deal with the threat that was actively killing his energy. So your grunts up there, you're defending against blitzes. You're defending against the threat that doesn't exist, that you're just worried about in your head. So don't defend against the threat that's not actually there. Other than, like, the very minimal of have a thing there in case a tick runs by, because that's really annoying. But don't commit large amounts of units to a threat that you have no idea exists.
So did you have radar coverage up there? I'm pretty sure you did, right?
I think I had a forward radar. I built a forward radar, I think, at my factory, and then a back radar in my base.
So,
well,
like,
I mean, you can see his lab on the radar, so you know that there's no units there.
No. Did I have a radar? I thought I had a radar.
There's radar at the 2
like...
max. There's not one at the commander. And one at the commander would have been useful. But what I would actually say in terms of vision, now that we're on the topic, there's not just vision, but there's also Rex here. So you want something that can deal with that. You could go Resbot. Very worth doing Resbot. But what I generally would do, I would pop out a construction vehicle, because that can not only reclaim, it can also drop a radar here.
Yeah.
You have a radar here, he can't do anything without you knowing about it. If he can't do anything without you knowing about it, you can shut down everything he does, and he has no option. He's just dead. Similar with you, Othello. Like, you've got your radar up there, but you pop one up there. You see how that covers almost the whole way to his factory? You again would see everything he does. There, you see most of the things he does. Still very useful. There, that's almost game breaking. It's like turning on global LOS, almost. Not quite.
Map packs.
Yeah.
Radar is map packs.
Yes.
Overpowered.
Yes. Especially on a small map like this. Alright, so when we're getting to the base, Nixha, another series of things you can do. So when I talked about target selection in the base, and that video that I'll link you to later, it's called The Secret to Pro Micro if anyone wants to look it up. You've got a base here that you want to kill. You've got units here that are stopping you from killing the base. Now, if you just go and kill the base, like you've kind of generally directed your units to do, they will kill some stuff, but then they will be killed, and they will only have a limited amount of time to kill the base, and then they will be dead, and you will only kill so much. And we can see that. They're coming into the base, they're starting to shoot stuff, but they're dying. If you want longer to kill the base and actually kill the base, you can shoot these instead. Now, if you look at the damage that you've done, I think you've mostly shot the factory so far. You've done...
I killed like 2 constructors and some Lazaruses, but...
Yeah, but if we
you
look
could
at...
have wiped the whole thing if we had that.
Yeah,
I get your point. I should have gone for the pawn, targeted down the pawns first.
Yeah.
He's not even building combat units with that lab. I don't even have to worry about units coming out of the lab. Is he building a Laz right now?
Yeah, he's building a Laz.
Yeah.
Plus, you're not going to kill the
even on
factory.
time
You don't
pressure.
have time until you kill his units.
Yep.
So, you can save a little by not driving up to his units. But you can also go, like, okay, you've done like 50 damage to that Laz and 220 damage to that factory. That's 270 damage. This grunt has 113 health left on it. That one has 112. That's 220. You've still got 50 extra damage, and that pawns down to 220. Might have bought you enough time to still have an extra incisor alive. Especially because you were firing at this factory from like max range. Your incisors do more damage close range. Those grunts and pawns, could all 3 of them be dead already? And maybe you have one more incisor alive that can kill these before they raise the next thing. And then once all that's dead, then you'll probably still have to deal with the blitz. But you deal with the blitz because you've also done a bunch of damage to the solar collector too. All in all, at that point, I reckon definitely enough. All those are dead. You can start working on that too. I'm not sure exactly what's what, but yeah, it would be a much more dire situation for him then. And then
also, Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
As your units trickle into his base, rather than getting further and further behind, your army will grow and his will shrink, and you'll have more and more units, and you'll just be able to carve it up eventually.
Just to add on to the point about troop movement and like engaging at a base when there's army and stuff, definitely don't go directly at the base in the army. Like, especially in this scenario where you're tanks versus bots want to have the flanking damage and get the surround, and you gave them just that, right? Right in front of their res ball. Typically a base has like construction turrets, so those are reclaiming your troops as well. It would have been tactically better if you went to like the northeast of the base and the other side, because his army was running up from the south side or whatever, and would have been body blocked by his own base to intercept your troops running in that direction. And in the same move, you would end up kiting out his bots, because your core and you have the extra range in your vehicles. You would be playing to your strengths, where he'd be trying to chase your tanks, and you would just be getting free shots off, and then working your way around to the back of the base. Yeah. Rather than going straight at it and giving them the excellent defender's advantage.
Yeah. And a final note, if you do give them the advantage and you notice that you're losing, if you're here, he's got his army here, like in this area, defending the base. He has nothing defending these areas. A lot of people, once they're getting into the base, they'll just hyper-focus on the base. But now that all his army is here, nothing's defending this, nothing's defending this, and nothing's defending that constructor. Forward radar, you'd know that constructor's there and isolated. One comes here. These 2 go over there. And that's Remix is down. He's lost 1/3 of his eco. And an expanding constructor. And you've also got things that you can see that are isolated. Like on radar, if you had a forward radar, you see this is isolated. That this one comes over here and kills that. Because again, he can't defend it. That's now closer to, or that would be actually more like half his economy down in mexes without even touching the base, if you can't touch the base. So that's pretty formidable too.
Yeah, the defender's advantage there was really in my favor because, well, okay, I had the mistake was building a res bot. I didn't realize I was doing that. But
Yeah.
the fact that I had the factory there and then also the resers who are resing means that like I can, like already my army is quite large. Like I had 3 guys defending first. Now I have 5 and I even, or sorry, yeah, 5 and I even lost some. So
yeah, this was kind of the game deciding moment. If I think at that point I've now lost.
No.
And prior to that, I had a game-winning push.
No. Wrong. I'm very confident that you're wrong in that assessment.
I was just saying, I don't think he lost either. It wasn't a great trade, but it wasn't over.
Again, this can still come down here. This can still go up there. And if you had, like, this is where this turned around, this could have still come over there. Again, that's still wiping out like half his eco.
Is this after the second incisor fight? Because the second incisor fight was massively in his favor, I felt. The first one could have gone better.
Which one's the second one? The one in the base? Or the next
The first one was in the
comes
first one. The first one was it. The first one that we just saw. Where we didn't target the pawns. Sorry, I was alt tab doing something else.
Yeah.
And there was another one of more groups of incisors that came in later.
Yeah.
Which I think we haven't got to yet. Where I thought it was a very comfortable win. Even you told him to turn around and leave, and I thought that at that point he could still have very easily won that fight.
Okay, let's talk about that when we get to that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really curious. Yeah, I can't remember which one that was, so I hope you do.
I think it was later. I actually had the same thought as happiness on that one.
Okay.
But I wasn't
okay.
super confident.
Yeah, I'd love to be corrected on that if I am wrong. And then also on the point of stuff, you've also got enough grunts that sure he's building an LT and has one there. This is totally enough grunts to kill both of them as well. So that leaves him with this and literally nothing else. And that's part of the idea and part of the problem with what's going on here. You do have these armies, but they're attacking out of sync with each other. So this one comes in over here, and this one runs towards the commander. But you see how he's just grouped his entire army up here and left this entire open, and you kill his base and GG. And keep in mind also, those 9 incisors. He has 9 units total. Half of all of them actually are weaker than incisors, and they're all dealing with a whole other army. So, plus his energy stalling, so he can't even do anything there. Yeah. Sorry guys, I just gotta be right back. I'll be soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to have another go while we wait for him to come back?
I could, but I'm not sure how long he's gonna be gone. So he did say right back.
The game is pausable. I'm just saying.
It is.
He's not wrong.
But okay.
Look, I don't know.
Like if we haven't even placed yet by the time he gets back, then
for my sanity, and maybe Master Bell won't agree, but maybe we play a different map than Titan.
Oh please, yes. Anything. I hate this map so much. Because it basically forces you to go vehicle, which I'm just bad at.
Oh wait, we can't change it. Bell is boss. Oh
yeah.
You can still call a map vote.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you can still call a map vote.
Yep.
You should be able to.
I think we should do Adamantium Factory.
No.
You should do Hooked. Do Hooked.
No troll maps, no metal maps.
Dude, Devil's Postpiles.
1v1. Why don't we just go to Sidious Crack?
How about
Classic.
I'm back, by the way.
acidic quarry?
Oh, welcome back.
We should do
we
Go-
were
acidic
go.
quarry.
waiting behind your back to change the map.
Yes. Oh, I'm happy
Arts
for you
and
guys to
cuts.
change the map. Alright.
Yeah, let's.
So yeah, we've got the 2 attacks happening at once. We've got the units going towards base. What I would say, rather than bringing back your entire army, you can bring back a portion of it. But the other thing I'd say is these constructors, when you see those units moving towards, get these to build laser towers. As I've mentioned before about building the laser towers to defend. If you do that here, that's a lot. That would be good. It's gonna take these units not too long because they are vehicles. But it's still gonna take you like 30 seconds to drive from over here to over here. 3 constructors should be able to build 3 laser towers in 30 seconds, I think. Maybe a little bit longer. But that should be enough to deal with these. You've got a res bot on staff as well. You had time.
And I APM stalled too.
Yeah.
I know.
Those guys are idle.
I was fine because he 8 p.m. style.
Yeah.
I would have been toast otherwise.
And finally, again, with the idea of taking your army into his base, if you do that, at the same time he does that, because he's got 3 units over there, you've got a lot more than 3. Again, you wipe his base and you end up with a much bigger army that can wipe all his expansion. If he kills that and you build, like you've popped down a couple LTs, he takes a bunch of damage. He does not end up with the army to continue on taking everything out. You end up in a massive upper hand advantage. While you come over here, you keep it neutral rather than getting an advantage. So even though you're defending yourself, that's kind of a bad trade for you, giving him more advantage than he deserves. Of course, you could take 3 incisors to your base and take the rest of them over there and deal a bunch of damage as well. That's another option. Maybe best of both worlds, but yeah. But your incisors are also slower than him, and so he's gonna get over there and do what he wants with that area before you even get there.
Also, real quick, what's the widget you use for distance?
Distance? I shall drop a link in chat for the channel, and you can find it there.
All right, thanks.
Cool. Awesome. So, like, even in this situation, it's a bit rough for you because he's got a bunch of res, but you've still got a confident position. In this sort of position, Othello, I'd actually probably stop building stuff up there with your commander and focus on building energy so that these can focus on resurrecting and defending this area and stuff like that. And you can just pray that your D-guns are gonna be good enough, is what I'd do. Given that you're really in the back foot here now, that's the kind of trade I'd make. And these ones, I'd bring them all back to the base and not engage with him until then. Okay, is this one I told you to turn around?
Yeah. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay.
I don't know if it was this exact instance, because right now it's a clear advantage. I think it was, I think you went south.
It's in a little bit.
Part of what's happened... Say again?
This was when you were telling me to group up. A little bit later, as I kept pushing, you told me to turn around.
Yeah. So you did lose a significant portion of your army when they were split, and if Othello had stayed with his army grouped at this end, possibly these also die relatively for free, and then that's a formidable army where these can't really fight and match. All of them together, he stood no chance against you.
Yeah, taking this fight a little bit better, you win this game hard.
Okay. Again, you're split, and this is where I'm probably telling you to group up again before you go in.
Yeah.
And then you group up, and then you go in. This looks like more of a moment where I'd start to say turn around, although it would probably still be
I think
wrong
it was
in this
around
position.
right here.
I think I think you've mildly underestimated incisors.
Yeah, probably.
The incisors are terrifyingly strong, in my experience.
Yeah.
You took that fight fairly well, though it could have been better. At this point, I think Master is telling you to get out. I'm like, you win this. You win this fight.
The command going back.
I could have won this fight with some nice proper select target abuse of a select target. I could have won this fight and killed space.
Yeah. I would say incisors love skirting the edge of a fight and picking units apart as they try to approach.
Yeah. If you just drove through that, it'd be fine.
You drive straight through. If you do a sort of circle around, pull his units south rather than running straight into them, you tear that army apart.
Yeah.
The game is won.
Yeah.
It gets rough after this because he starts rezzing things.
Yeah.
And starts getting the army advantage.
And one of the reasons that again, as I said, you got picked off. If you didn't get picked off like that, the fact that his resin things wouldn't really have mattered because you'd have been killing things faster than he rests them. This is probably a moment of I do struggle sometimes with misjudging sizes of armies, and if you've ever seen me take a fight and go why did you do that? That was a clear disadvantage. Sometimes I just can't judge it. So I'm sorry for misguiding you there. Because that's definitely enough of a force that could have just taken him out.
I think it's just vehicles throwing you out.
Incisors are scary.
Buddies are still idle.
Yeah, they were there for a long time. I was like, Othello's just gonna win. Those blizzards are just gonna run in and kill him.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too, to be honest.
And they didn't.
I like to explain my behavior by the fact that I was panicking at any moment Othello would remember those existed. I know to keep them distracted.
Yeah.
I mean, if it made you feel better, I was more focused on not dying. So
I know. As I said, I needed to keep you distracted so you didn't remember that you had 3 blitzes in my base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'll say that this could have been multiple laser towers back here in the same amount of time that you've built 2 laser towers there. Also, at
His
this
con was
point,
next to me.
I'm not sure why you walked your comm over there. Was that a mistake or was it deliberate?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Because
I do think I killed
essentially,
expansion with it, so I think it killed.
yeah.
you killed the mexes and the
And just grabbing I think I killed an expand. I think I killed the constructor, 2 mexes, and then took the mexes. So.
Right.
And so that wouldn't have been the worst thing. And I think at this moment, this is when I start to go air. Because there's a point where I say I'm going air. I'm not gonna make too many incisors. I don't think it's quite yet. And I never actually pull it off.
I kind of think that moving the comm away from the base is the move that sealed your fate. Combined with the fact that you start putting your build power back here in a position you put out army here, it's not real threat to him, because all the units are A, slower, B, weaker, C, further away from him, D, cost a lot more energy, and you don't have the energy to run a grunt production, because you've been focusing on incisors and you've balanced your economy for incisors.
There's one way I like to think about it with distances, is that there's a time cost to units as well.
Yeah.
So the further away you make unit from your opponent, the more expensive it is. And I mean that quite literally.
Yeah.
A grunt made at home is like twice the cost of a grunt made halfway across the map.
The specific way I like to think of that is, say a grunt takes, if a grunt takes, say 33 seconds to walk over there, it takes like that amount of time, if you're putting 100% of your resources into this factory, that is 33 seconds, 34 seconds times 18 metal a second. That is just walking between those 2 points. And so that's kind of like a fixed cost there of 612 metal, which isn't as bad as it could be, but that's still pretty bad compared to like incisors coming out from there.
Yeah, it's why slow units have so much big weaknesses, in that they're quite literally more expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
But with your commander here, for example, you've got 600 metal in storage. That could have been 5 pounders or 2 and a bit, or with the amount you've put into there, probably almost 3 brutes. And that's enough army that you can start, like, again, return to, like, disputing with him. You've also put a bunch of into, like, grunts back here that you're not really going to be able to use on the front line so much as, like, if you had
that does save my base from this push here.
Yeah.
Only because you'd made mistakes in other ways.
Yeah. And so between this army and probably what I'd have thought to do was put out a pounder and drive a pounder over there to secure the wreckages, is kind of my attitude. Or maybe even put out a constructor and walk the commander over, or walk the constructor over, start reclaiming or building laser towers or something like that. Just try to lock down the field a little bit. And then you've still got a fighting chance. It's the fact that you don't contest this at all. You shift your power to the back of the base, turn this off, and now you're stalling energy. You've got metal accumulating in the bank. And this army is also idling. See, if you had, by this point, another 3 brutes with this army, and it was microed, that's still relatively even. You've got a shot.
I'd say those incisors could beat that army to the south of them.
Even with the health?
Not with good micro.
Yeah. And definitely with 3 brutes.
I would say those incisors could beat that army.
I'm sorry, I don't play vehicles. My incisor micro is garbage.
That's fine. That's okay. But it's just so you know that is a possibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
It might also help you to understand the situation that could also have 7 incisors for 840 metal. Let's make that 9 if we make that brute an incisor. And again, that's a larger army than his entire fresh army here. And that, again, you can absolutely smash that and you've still got control. So even the fighting and the dropping the Rex there wasn't what lost you this game so much as just turning off your production.
Moving the production back as well.
Yeah.
To worse units.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, the game's over. I'm not sure there's much we can learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. And then you just see the consequences of all the prior actions.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I say it was like the last 30 seconds is like, as much as the mistakes you made in the base, the big or the thing that sealed your fate was essentially building no units. No useful units is kind of what happened. So yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Should we do small teams, or do you want to continue with 1v1s?
Small teams.
Let's do a small teams.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right, we have. This looks very balanced. Let's do this.
This also looks very balanced.
I like this. I like this matchup. Let's do it.
Oh, jeez.
This is actually, we'll see.
Is that
I
mystery
can
OS?
see this, I can see this happening.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it is. Until you reach 4 Chev, I think OS is hidden. I'm not sure.
or it's actually if you have high
Your
uncertainty.
is above 6, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
based
yeah.
on game mode. Like,
Yeah.
there's so it depends on what you play. All right, we're just getting everybody in here.
Yeah.
In FFA, I have question marks, so I've not played FFA.
Get up to same. Get up to 4v4. Get Bell. Yes.
Oh my. Okay.
All right.
well,
The most balanced team matchup.
Oh my gosh,
Seems
tell my
balanced.
voice how to do slider gaming. Is that what I'm gonna do?
Oh, I'm down for slider gaming.
Wait, Jamerz, how are you? Only 29 small teams. I don't understand.
Jamerz has deflated
How?
OS.
I don't understand how
I
you're
don't
less small
play
teams
it.
than Othello. I don't understand this.
You have to play it to get
is this
OS.
another-
I got all
is this
these
another game
chevrons
map?
in one view.
No.
Titan was like one of the first maps I ever played. I got completely cooked.
Oh yeah.
I
long
think this should
time
be
to do
Charlie
this.
in the Hills. I think that's the map we should. Love that map.
I am not a fan of Charlie.
I am
Well,
a
it's-
fan.
it is
of it. It's
I've got a
amazing
great
combo.
all-in strategy on Charlie. It's very easy.
I think we should
I
not
love
play
that-
Charlie.
I love that map because I can play air and calm drop over the hills and nobody ever sees it coming.
I love that map because I make Janus and maces and walk across the map and kill everybody. It doesn't matter that you've dropped my base.
We should ring this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
He's right up.
He's ready.
Oh, there we
Let's
go.
start. Let's do this. Alright, I feel like we're gonna lose to Jamerz being better than a 29 OS player.
I should probably stop watching the stream.
Oh, true.
Ah,
Yeah,
Actually, I can do that. I'm
Accidentally
on.
switched.
I'm on.
Oh, no, I
Steam.
guess I'm-
I'm watching it, but I'm alt-tabbed and it's muted, so...
Whole point of this academy is to make you confident enough to beat even me. So don't worry about it.
Alright, here's the plan, guys. We 4-player comm drop. Just immediately.
Oh, yes.
We all sit at one lab, we commie build an air lab.
Yeah, the starting
That's
spots are a
certainly
little.
one-
Oh,
option.
this sucks. I hate it already. I hate this map.
yeah, it's an interesting
I haven't.
He stole on my spot.
because
How did he?
there are a couple
That's why you
things
can
you
have it, I
need to
don't know.
think about. You've got to think about like your the constructor path, so you don't want to start in a position where it takes too long for your constructors to walk. All the mexes are also in a line, so you kind of want to start in a position where they can just walk in a line. And so even though you've got this Mex Hero Division, you've got to recognize that you don't have any other mechs there. And so it could be better to start in a position I mean, we're probably, I think for 4v4 we do play with a player there, but it can be better to start in a position like here where you get these two maxes and then you get a con that gets those three. Or for Othello, I'd probably say there, start there,
Yeah.
and then you get the maxes in front, and then you send another constructor behind and get those, and then I mean, I love playing like a hyper aggressive front and starting here.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yep. Starting here, and then I can like send a constructor back.
Who's grabbing all this stuff?
Yeah, we'll start here.
Oh yeah. What's full send? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
everyone
then
front.
you can send a con back. Dushin can maybe send a con back, grab those three. Or something like that. I can send a con back here, and Othello can send a con back there, and then we kind of like, it's just whoever gets there first, basically. But like we're starting forward like this, you've got to recognize that we're not going to have those mexes up very early, because like Nixha, you've got like from wherever your factory is, it's gonna be a full like 45 seconds plus to walk just to that first max. So you're gonna not have a lot of resource at the start of the game, and so you're gonna get a lot more value out of like early military than early constructors.
Oh.
Absolutely.
And so something like scouting, make sure you know where the enemy is, what they're doing, and what sort of you can do with that is really useful.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Interesting. I don't see anything.
If you don't see anything, then use that chance to stop building like units, and just fall and grab your mechs and move like up a commander or something like that. You don't want to keep building units that have nothing to kill.
Oh.
Well, they have something to kill now.
Yeah, we found him.
No, leave me alone.
Oh, what do you mean? You're totally fine.
We don't want any.
Alright. Nice little micro fight going on with me. Purple has been completely screwed up. Oh, that's a lot of pawns actually.
Oh shit!
Purple is alive and well.
I just fed. Crap.
Why are you feeding? Why would you do that?
That's good, Othello. We can clamp in between us and it'll all be fine.
No.
Oh, hello. Hi, Jamerz.
Oh crap. No. You killed him.
I love feeding. I also love...
Hey, stop. Come on, I just want to do some damage. Leave me alone. No, stop hurting me.
Dude, you got this.
Oh, I am blind as a bat.
Oh, that's Jamerz.
That's fine.
It
Just
is,
plant
in fact,
himself
Jamerz.
between the hill commander and stuff. We can kill that quite easily. Just so long as someone covers me mid.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Or he'll lose a bunch of stuff with that, so that's more or less worth it. If we can then get a radar up,
The whole team is wasting energy.
Oh, really? Okay. Jeez.
It's okay.
Hi, Jamerz. Do you like that expansion? Oh, come on.
He really wants that max, and actually he almost got it, so... Credit where credit's due. Oh crap. Huge incoming.
Lost.
Yep.
Although it's not gonna work out.
It's fine. Also, I killed like about half of Jamer's economy.
Radar Nixha.
That's huge.
You're really close to the edge of your radar range, so you really can't see what you're doing.
Yep. I'm throwing down radar after this. I'm just... Alright.
Bell's in the middle.
Bell, you okay? You're kind of exposed there.
Low power.
Oh, no,
Okay.
he knows what he's doing. Follow
I'm just kind of
Grunt's
holding
leaking
it.
through though.
got it!
Okay, come with me,
That's
Dushin.
huge.
Just run through here.
Alright, that is a problem.
Dushin,
That is
guys,
okay.
run
that's a
through here.
problem.
That way?
Yeah, that way. That's where we just cleaned
Okay.
everything out.
Okay.
Anyone gonna do something about the commander walking into our base?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, you got maces.
Thanks for the thugs. We'll use them well.
These thugs are so obnoxious right now.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Nice. I guess you
Okay,
got that.
yeah, he's on hill. I can't push up that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, I'm in a kind of...
Oh shit.
Don't send thugs here anymore. This front's stalling out. It's just commanders versus commander. We don't need army on the hill anymore.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I don't need these thugs
Yeah.
here. I'm pulling them somewhere else.
Okay.
I really don't
You're
need them here.
overflowing metal.
Actually, no.
you will, 'cause
Please
he's
make
gonna
sure we
push
don't
you.
lose the hill. Yeah.
Alright, he's
Do not
he's
lose that
pushing,
hill.
Sure. Well, he's kind of distracted by the fact that I'm in his base.
I have been macroing like a fool.
I've been microing like a maniac. Let's see. So I'm just fighting on multiple fronts right now because I'm raiding and I'm fighting
lost.
purple over one front with thugs. I'm fighting rocket bots on another. I'm rocket microing on another front.
Alright, just give me those rockets.
All right.
Othello, you really want something
Double
ranged,
orange.
like rocket bots against that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you rocket bot. I'm gonna focus on this thug mic battle on the hill.
Okay. Actually, I can't take that many thugs. Shit. Oh.
Nixha radar.
I had okay, they killed it. I had radar. Anyway, purple's basically dead. I killed most of his eco, so.
Although
I
he's
don't
got
think he
stuff
can make
though.
plays. He just has
You're
defenses.
overflowing metal.
We still got grunts in the back line.
Oh, we've been leaking. Oh crap.
Oh, that's
We
clean.
leaked
Okay,
a while
cool.
ago. That was
I
me
didn't
who
notice
leaked.
at all.
And we all suffered for it. We're
Oh,
also
that-
going to leak again. We've got Jason coming through
I'd
here.
love to hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, the whole team's wasting. Yeah, shut up.
Okay, Green's decided that Jamerz decided to come fight me as well, so he should.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
somewhat
So just
distracted by
fall
that.
back up the hill. Fall back up the hill. Use the hill.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine over here. Purple's economy is mostly dead, and I'm fighting.
Okay,
him.
now you've got a bunch of defenses, Nixha. You can either redirect around, possibly, or even go for teacher or something like that.
Yeah, I'm considering T2. Honestly, I have.
Othello, Grunt got through here.
Or not. Yeah,
Shit.
just in case they're listening, I'm gonna do that. I
Alright.
got way more energy. I overscaled my energy. That's good, and I figure that's a pretty decent use of my time.
Oh.
Any chance we can get to any certain chance we can get Bell's commander eaten?
Huh? I think we've
yeah.
eaten.
Bell's
No,
commander.
it's still there. Get a grunt forward
I
to
said,
like
no, I'm saying
spot out
any
what these
chance
radar
we think
dots are.
we can get to a position where we can eat it.
Yeah,
I'm just.
we can eat it.
Oh. I'm microing like a fool.
Nixha, you need
suppose it goes.
energy storage.
Jammers wasn't paying attention. I got some free shots on him, but I'm being pushed by Purple and Jammers. I mean 1v. I'm
Yeah,
kinda
yeah. So
1v2
go
right
uphill.
now.
Go up the hill, please. Go up the hill.
I am going up the hill. It's still a 1v2.
Yeah. So use terrain. Go up the hill. I'm
Yeah.
fighting green. I'm trying to make him take his
Green
units
is-
away.
Like Jammers is doing everything on all the fronts.
Yeah. And valiant effort, honestly.
All right. So that happened.
What happened?
I got a really nice deke on off and
Oh, huge.
killed his entire army. basically.
Huge. Well done.
Alright, now I don't think they have much left to stop me. Okay, they got an Overwatch over here. They're kind of they're committing to the turtle over here.
Right on, Nixha.
Nice raids, Bell.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's interesting. They're building a lot of static, but they're also pushing me, which is not something I would traditionally do at the same time.
Lost.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Why are there units in my back line?
Oh shit.
That's been there for a while.
Jason has been super sneaky with those guns.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, that's kind of my fault.
Alright,
Okay,
well,
nice.
I'm building
We got
Shuri.
three.
I'm going here.
Okay,
I'm gonna Shuri it, but
I'm getting my revenge.
Yeah, we've made Jamerz fall back, so very good.
Oh yeah.
And then yellow is in their back line, which is huge. Well done.
Yeah.
Shurikens.
Yeah.
Shurikens.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yep.
Can I have a trance?
Oh, someone built anti-air. That's funny. Very funny.
I cheated. I heard you.
I didn't say it out loud. I specifically typed it in chat.
Somebody said shurikens. I got excited.
Well, then I also used shurikens to save myself from being leaked.
Huge.
But actually, can someone actually kill this thing? I don't actually have a way to kill it.
Don't engage that
I'm certain.
Othello. It's probably not worth it. It's got too much stuff. I'd probably sit back, relax.
Ah man, that's not gonna
Let
get
him
through.
come to you. Feed me metal for my T2.
Oh, feed you? Okay.
Can someone actually kill the stupid runt? I can't actually kill it.
It's been alive for too long. I can't kill it anymore. It would just be too sad.
All right, well, that's the problem. Okay, I'm putting one Shuri. This is now one Shuri's full-time job.
Yep. Just wait till you accidentally hit Control Z or it breaks away like that.
Yep. I'm putting on a special hotkey. The Shuri hotkey. All right. His Overwatch is screwing me up.
Huge. Thank you.
Fortunately, it's defensive, and we've all heard the whole porking.
Looks like air coming on our south border green.
You've received new units.
Oh no, they're
Oh, that's a lot of Shuris, and I'm very glad they are ours.
Yep. If you want them, I'm not sure I can micro on this front as well.
Oh, that's.
No, just hold on to them. Hold on to them.
Yep. I can't really use them over here. Okay, if you find
did you get me that air transport?
That's nice. Just ping for Shuri support. Ping for Shuri support.
Can I have transport support?
Do you want transport? Okay.
Yes, please.
Light. I'm assuming lights. I'm making it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You are making it very slowly.
Sure.
Oh, let me just do this, because I am. Can I have con, please? T2 con.
The whole team.
We don't need a 2-2 con, but I can get you one.
Really? Okay.
All right.
I mean, we're in a pretty dominant position.
But isn't the classic scenario? Oh, watch this.
Right now.
Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Oh, thank you. I do not know how to micro one of these. I'm gonna learn by doing. Alright.
Shit.
Can I have that transport?
Sure, it is.
No, I'm just gonna feed you.
Alright.
Alright, I have, okay, I thought that was, for some moment I thought that was a tremor, but no, it's just shell shockers.
Lol, I'm not
Become
paying
the-
attention at all. You shall not res that gunslinger. I refuse
Yeah, I've
to
got
let
med tanks in their back line.
Aircraft spotted.
Nice.
Med tanks in their back line.
Okay,
They have air.
they thinking about air. I'm building figs. I got it. I'm building figs.
Ah, crap.
The audacity
No,
to
not the
think
gunslinger.
you guys could
No!
bomb
Oh,
me.
fuck.
Oh, nice. I have a transport.
I lost the gunslinger. Oh, they're bombing me. Oh, crap. I lost the gunslinger and they're bombing me. Okay.
Alright.
It's almost as if I overextended. Who would have guessed?
Would you like another one?
Okay. I got fighters, but not enough to actually do much.
Gunslinger, yes, please.
Right, give me another one.
Thank you.
Lol.
Huge. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I got figs. I'm shooting. I'm doing getting some pretty decent. Yeah. Okay. I'm now air fighting as well as everything else I was doing. It's fine.
Hey, you're doing great, honestly.
Hey, I fought them off. I have Shuri support. We call that winning.
Green's going T2.
Dushin, try to keep that
Yep.
that Maverick
Purple has-
gunslinger right at the end
purple-
of his army, so that you can just pick off units there, gain some range, and then you can outrange him and you're great. Also, try to control the wreckage over here, so that they can't res or anything. Get your commander over there, start reclaiming. You've got also got a constructor that can reclaim.
Overwatch, and I hate it.
I've got 7 tanks in their back line, so it may not matter.
I think it's game. I mean,
It's definitely game.
I would agree so.
Though don't
Bro.
idle that.
All right, he's
We're all in the same VC, right?
Yeah, we are.
yeah. All right, they're making one last push.
So
on me, I
don't
think, but it's not
give
working.
spoilers to the enemy. It would be terrible if they knew we had T2 in advance.
Oh, we.
Yeah,
Dushin, I did actually
that.
show you a T2 con.
You did?
Yeah, a while ago. I
All right,
forgot to
so,
tell you that.
Where is it? Oh!
I drew a big
Yeah, I
X
found
on it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, I got stuff. Okay, I can finally break this pork. I got Sheldon's.
Nice.
Your pork is done for, buddy. Your pork is gone. It's not gonna live. It's dead. All right, they're actually pushing you pretty hard. He's got a pretty big T1 army.
You could be using that gunslinger
shit.
to shoot stuff.
Ah, shit! I lost it again.
Alrighty. Next time I'll send a radar bot with you so you've got a bit more vision.
And I'm degunning like a fool. Or more accurately, I'm getting degunned like a fool. No, I'm just mismarking. Don't worry about me.
All right, purple is just throwing units into the D guns, so you know I'll take it.
Next, so you could use shurikens over there, and then Dushin could go and dig on a bunch of stuff.
Sure, doing it.
Yeah.
I'm
in a yes, please.
Yep.
Oh, huge. Oh, I love you so much.
Shurikens are overpowered.
Oh.
It's so good. They're so good. Also, I'm just keeping fighters up above in case they try to like snipe my Shuris.
Yeah.
All right, and I got. All right,
Why is it on hold
the air
fire?
fight. Yeah, I just won the air fight.
Oh,
Top
please,
of
please, I need the
fight.
Shuris back. I need the Shuris back. I'm very low.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back. They got distracted.
Unit lost.
Yep.
Okay, I can't
No, you
degun
doing
those. I'll
okay?
just.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I'm kind of skirting the edge of some AA here, and I'm kind of worried about it.
Yeah.
Awesome, you're golden.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, the tanks are coming in. We're good. Yeah, huge. Thank you.
We're
Oh, GG's. Oh, I was getting stressed.
Well played, guys.
Battle ended.
Oh, okay.
Happiness, you're so annoying.
GG's.
What? What do you mean?
You're destroying all my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jason was the one.
I thought that comwalk was gonna be game, but
Nah,
The comwalk
it wasn't
is
good.
part of the
I
plan.
took too much damage from them.
You
It
start.
definitely wasn't.
No, it actually was. I saw it
It
coming. I was
definitely
like,
wasn't.
that sounds like fun. I can combo your entire army, and then you combo my base and lose your commander. That's like perfect.
The comboing my entire army was me fucking up, not you doing good. That was me not microing well.
Happiness, they're the same thing.
Sort of, yes.
All right. Thank you,
Also
everyone.
no.
that was. I feel like I feel like that was a very good game for me.
I will say that.
Ranked game? Oh no.
Oh wait, it's ranked.
Wait, well,
Probably
it's
wrong.
all been ranked,
Never
actually.
mind. Never mind. Master Belt, you can go back in.
No, I'm done for now.
Oh.
Thank you everyone for the game and hanging out today. It has been a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks,
I hope you all learned a bunch.
Yeah.
Right, I got BPL
Came
tomorrow.
late, but thanks all, regardless.
What happened is you're playing BPL?
Yeah, I haven't practiced literally at all, so
We can go right now.
we can do one, sure.
Oh,
I'm mostly just gonna, play and chill and enjoy it, but
Alright. I'll catch you guys later. I can't say same time next week because I don't know what my schedule is going to be next week, so we'll work that out and we can coordinate on the channel. But I hope to be able to see all you guys next week.
Alright.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'll catch you
Have a
guys.
good one.
And to everyone on Twitch, thanks for hanging out. Sorry for not paying attention to you. But thank you for the follow, Johnny, Drop Tables, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Usually I try to make this a regular thing, but as I said to them on Discord, I don't know if I can make this a regular thing. So we'll see. Chuck us a follow if you want to get notified when we go live. That's the best way to not miss the stream. Otherwise, hope to see you guys next week. Yeah. Or something while I'm here, for anyone in Twitch chat, I'll just drop you a couple links. We've got the links to my widgets. Also, there was a video that I made reference to that I'm just gonna grab a link for. This is the video about micro that I was referencing, about when you're in a base and the best way to like deal with, and it's an example from a game that I've played, and it just talks through that and the decisions that I made going through that. So that is that could be useful for all of you, and I'm just gonna drop that in Discord too for everyone. And then I'll say goodbye to you. Alright, thank you everyone for watching on Twitch. I'll see you around, and I hope you have a lovely day.